Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week.
8:42, a perfectly cromulent time to start the show.
Quit stalling.
Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, welcome to that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I am your cromulent host, Eric Sizemore, joined by my nepotistic friends, Quiet Michael Abune.
That's me.
And Andrew Teedy.
What does cromulent mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
And Brain, coming in from Oakland, currently labeled as Brain and Diane.
A little ditty.
And they're going to have some very funny memes for you. But first, a patented, trademark, copyrighted, absolutely essential part of every episode of Facebook for the Blind. You know it. You love it. I'm talking about the depressing news. Yep, that's right. That's right. And, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Because we have to play the 17-minute song because I worked so hard on it. And, like, if I don't play it, I'm just going to... Hush! Mary, I heard you.
I like how you put the bathroom break at the beginning of the show.
I like the pause before the song.
Oh, okay.
That's the way it's got to be done. So, in the news today, lots of crazy stuff. Let's see, anything important? Oh, Netanyahu's a jerk and said he killed innocent kitchen workers, which sucks. It's a bunch of storms across the Midwest. My friends in Cincinnati are looking out. Of course, the important news today is Ramy Youssef, American comedian and actor, hosted SNL and did an excellent job, I thought. Michael, were you watching?
Yeah, I thought he did great. I just watched the opener. I didn't watch the whole show.
Excellent, dude. He threaded the needles perfectly. Well done, Ramy Youssef. Trump, of course, was promoting the Lee Greenwood God Bless the USA Bible, and I looked it up. It's pretty funny. Did you know Zondervan was going to do a new version, and then they backed out because they were like, you're going to literally wrap the flag in, you're going to wrap the Bible in a flag. That seems a little Christian nationalist. And Zondervan backed out.
Might be a little blasphemy.
Yeah. So anyway, that's happening. This headline from whistleblowersblog.org says, for advocates, Boeing whistleblower death highlights concerns with retaliation and protracted legal proceedings. I guess I hadn't realized that he was in the midst of 3 days of testifying. It was really long and drawn out. And then he just, in the middle of doing his life's work in correcting this company, decided to suicide himself. And I don't know, it just sounds sketchy to me. So I'm going to keep talking about it. Hey, Reason magazine, and this is not a reason to read Reason because Reason is generally crazy. But this one on free speech says, FBI agent says that he hassles people every day, all day long over Facebook posts. And if you haven't seen that and you're on this show, you might want to look into it. I'm just kidding. We make dick jokes here. Meanwhile, the big joke that was in the media all over the place that was so crazy they couldn't show it on TV was this. And finally, Jon Stewart put it up after all this. Oh, we can't show it on it. It's so disturbing. And did you see this? Is this everywhere? Is this famous?
No,
I didn't see it.
This is an airbrushed pickup truck with all kinds of Trump flags all over it and stuff. But the picture shows a hogtied Joe Biden in the bed of a truck, painted onto the back of a truck. And the media lost their minds with this really bad joke. And I think Stewart's expressing it here best with the hands out, just like, really? This is literally like this ate the news cycle for a whole day. So there you go. Now you see it. Weird. Hey, fed up locals in the UK, in a UK village have gotten brilliant revenge after the streets filled with sewage. You know that little village that was made famous in the Great British Bake Off? Yeah, well, the streets are filled with sewage.
No.
So don't visit there now And yeah, there's a lot of complaints about the water company and people are having a day. Hey, did you guys know that April Fool's Day is my favorite holiday because it's the one day a year people read headlines the way I do all year? One of my favorite things. I don't know if you caught this one. Benjamin Norton at Benjamin Norton shares the U.S. will never, of course, accept this, but it's a brilliant use of leverage by Mexico's president, AMLO. Biden wants AMLO's help to stop immigration, so AMLO demanded that the U.S. end its illegal blockade of Cuba, lift its illegal sanctions on Venezuela, and give aid to poor countries. You know, easy stuff. Anyway, it's fun to watch him squirm. The big story that really ticked me off was this $175 million bond. The $175 million bond was actually met. So the disgraced former president does have a securitized bond, and he's got cash and holdings and crap up there. And my first thought was, what kind of a sucker would give this guy cash? How are you possibly going to get it? So I looked it up, and Don Hankey, and I'm serious, man. If you're a South Park fan, Don Hankey, are you kidding me? Anyway, Don Hankey has been given all these loans, and apparently I was watching this Legal AF, and if you're not following Legal AF, you are missing out. And he explained that this guy famously says, if you can't get 30% on a deal, you shouldn't do it. So I think Mr. Hankey has loaned him $175 million bond because he has 30% plus more securitized. And I just, man, Anyway, Mr. Hankey to the rescue. That was fun. This is a post from my friend Kareem Matthews, who says, April Fool's Day is canceled. There is no prank topping reality.
Fuck yeah.
My friend Deb posted, Eddie Murphy said, from Coming to America says, once again, you have judged correctly. I found out from The Lever, and if you're not following The Lever, you are missing out, that the police have a dark money slush fund. Did you know that? Big corporations.
I did know that, Eric.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Big corporations are funneling tons of money into law enforcement, and they have no oversight. And I found out that apparently the police chief of St. Louis just gets $100,000 annually. Just gets $100,000 annually in addition to his salary that doesn't have to be reported. And I'm like, well, that seems odd. We'll always love to close up the news from Facebook for the Blind. We're doing that for this one, April 2nd, 2024, with my friend Kristen, who posted these wonderful photographs of bunnies because everybody do be kung fu fighting for Easter. No?
Is this AI, or is this really how bunnies fight?
That is how bunnies fight.
That's how bunnies fight, man.
It's sick as fuck, dude.
I know. Right?
I have actually seen it. It is fucking weird.
Absolutely awesome. Kung fu fighting. And that wraps up the news from Facebook for the Blind for April 2nd, 2024. And now on to my beautiful co-host, Quiet Michael Laboon, for a nice, beautiful, medium-sized, I believe, round one.
Comes a big, long round one, kicking it off with Shithead Steve and Trash Can Paul for the wholesome round.
Aww.
Here on the left, we have a picture of Chris Farley. It says, died 1997. On the right, we have a picture of Sydney Sweeney, and it says, born 1997. Then it says, welcome back, Chris Farley.
Did
you see that? My computer almost died. Scott Barber, friend of the show, Scott Barber, at the Scott Barber, posts this picture of Moses on a pile of rocks with a bunch of oxen kind of grazing behind him with an American flag in the sky. And it's titled Moses Writing His Chapters of the God Bless the USA Bible. Moist Buddha, friend of the show, Moist Buddha, keeping it Buddha.
Hey.
Keeping it moist. Says Jesus dies on cross. Christians. And then there's just a bunch of kids picking up eggs at an Easter egg hunt.
The connection's obvious. Connection's obvious.
It's very clear. This is coming from Trash Can Paul. And it's got a picture of a nerdy guy, and it says, "Why would I celebrate made-up fairy tales?" And then on the right, you see he's talking about Easter. And then it says, and then the next one is the same guy, except he's freaking out. He's wearing a Star Wars shirt, and it says, "May the 4th be with you." Star
Right.
Wars Day, may the 4th be with you. And this guy's losing his fucking mind. Oh, here's a picture of Karl Marx pointing. It says, "Communist jokes aren't funny unless everyone gets them."
That's a tight joke.
That's like a commie dad joke.
That's not a joke for the bourgeoisie, if you know what I mean. It's a proletariat. Moving on. Here's a picture of Stalin, and he's standing next to this some fucking guy, and Stalin is labeled "me," and the guy next to him, and they're on a boat. The guy labeled next to him is labeled, the guy standing next to him is labeled "people who don't laugh at my jokes." And then the very next picture is the same exact picture, just minus the people who don't laugh at my jokes. Who've obviously, Stalin killed a lot of people. Harrison Weinreb at Harry Weinreb says, "I hate strangers. Who the fuck are you?"
Yes.
This is coming from Elite Tees, and it's just a picture of a guy wearing one of the t-shirts they sell on the site there, and it says, "Can I please just make it through one goddamn day without getting fingered at Buffalo Wild Wings?"
What?
I don't know. This was coming from Jody at WNBA girlfriend. And he just tweets out, "But babe, you love being gaslit." I got a couple more in this round. Claire at Sadder Lizards says, "My toxic trait is that I love too much and feel too deeply. Also that I'm evil." And my last meme for this round, kicking it over to Brain Damage next. It comes to us from Thoughts of Dog at dog_feelings. This tweet came out on April 1st. He says, "Today, I wasn't a very good dog. April Fools, I was so good." That's it for me for round one. Kicking it over to Brain Damage.
Yeah. All right. Let's hope this works the way I want it to work. Okay. We're gonna go short and wholesome for the wholesome round one. We got rock candy, and I think we got a theme going. So let's see what happens. Here we have a bunch of pairs of socks waiting in line to get into the washer. It says on the wall, "Field trip today," and the first two pair of socks, one turns around just as a teacher would and says, "Okay, everyone, remember the buddy system." And yep, we're going with the theme. Here we have a one panel where it has some dinosaurs. We have a pterodactyl flying by, and it looks like we got a T-Rex and maybe what's this guy's name? Brontosaurus or something like that?
Brontosaurus, well done, yeah.
There we go. And then there's a woman next to what looks to be a washing machine and some laundry and a big Target and a light. And then it says, "Disaster befalls Professor Schnabel's cleaning lady when she mistakes his time machine for a new dryer." Yep. We are getting the laundry out today. Here we have another washer and dryer situation, and there's some socks inside of the washer, and there are two socks outside, one with a red tip and one with a blue tip, and the one with the red tip is holding a missing sock paper and looks like he might be sweating. So still going with the socks and wholesome. Here we have a centipede doing laundry, and he's got all kinds of socks, and here he's counting 76, 77, 78, 79. And it looks like we got now Ogdras. All right. And here we go. We have another washer, and we have a pair of pink socks, a pair of green socks, and one blue socks, and they're all tethered by rope together. And the green sock is saying, "If you find them, tug on the rope, and we'll pull you both out." That's got done too. And then here we have a cartoon by Mark Persisi, and we have a sock busting in with his luggage into the door, and a white sock mixed with a brown sock. And the sock busting into the door is very angry, and he said, "That's your story, static cling." And here we have a 2-panel where we see Optimus Prime and Bumblebee tells Optimus Prime, "Nice shoes," and Optimus says, "Thanks, they're Vans," and he is actually standing in the white Vans. And to finish out the theme of feet and or socks or laundry, here we have Jesus, and it says, "How we view the Bible," and it is a 2-panel, and it shows Jesus walking on water with a boat and people, and then the second panel says, "How fish view the Bible." Surprise! It's not a feet theme because you can see Jesus's nuts and his big tip from under the water. And that is my version of a wholesome.
Oh my God!
Short wholesome round one, handing off to TD.
What? Why do you
I've
both?
got some mischief cooked up for
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do both of you insist on leaving me with the most depraved, jacked up, pea-brained freaking memes?
That's even more fun than teasing you with cover songs.
You guys just live to torture me. Love you too. Hi guys. It's that time again where we do TD's often imitated, never duplicated, short round one, brought to you by cannabis. Okay, yeah. That you are so out of order.
Oh, I'm out of order. You're out of order.
You
You're
are
both
out of order. You're in round 2, bro.
My
This is
goddamn
what you
house. And in
fucking
my
sent
goddamn
me.
house, I can do whatever
Yeah,
the
but
fuck I please.
This is what I'm looking at, T.
Okay, well go. Goddamn, where the fuck are you? Okay, yeah, you need to start there. Yeah, that one. Okay. Okay, we'll fix it in post. All right, short round one. Okay, Gringo _CTM. We had a big old holiday, I guess, a couple days ago. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit. And it's a picture of Mary finding the tomb door pushed open, but instead of Jesus, it's the maid from Family Guy. No, Mr. Jesus, no here.
Jesus.
Next. Shitpost Gateway, front of the show, Shitpost Gateway. If you're not following Shitpost Gateway, then where you're getting your gateway for your shitpost.
Hey, SP.
It's got a picture of like a lion angel thing and another lion as like dressed as a person, and then a Jesus lion with the robes and everything. It says repost if you're a Christian furry.
Oh God.
Happy Easter, everybody. Moving on.
Wow. Oop. Boop. Boop.
Nope, that's moving on, not in reverse. Okay. Another one here. This is from Thomas J. Thresher.
Hey, Tom.
It's a picture of just says Easter cookies. Nailed it. And it's a handprint cookie with a jelly filling in the middle there, and like a little hole in the middle of the hand. And I made my wife send me this. She did not want to send me this.
No, that's an irreverent cookie.
It's a very irreverent cookie. Wholesome round. Putting a hole in wholesome. Putting a hole in that cookie and putting a hole in wholesome. Woohoo!
God, are you seeing this?
Oh no, he got a restraining order on me. Okay. Cindy post a picture here. It's a 2-panel. It says 75 wieners in 12 minutes, and it's a picture of Joey Chestnut, the professional eater, and the guy who has just dominated the big old Nathan's hot dog eating contest every 4th of July. He got a big old pile of hot dogs in front of him. 75 wieners in 12 minutes. Then there's a picture of what? Yeah. Then,
sounds like a personal hero.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's a picture of Lauren Boebert looking like Lauren fucking Boebert. And he says, "Hold my beer."
You know what? I just wish this said "Hold my vape."
Oh,
yes! Oh, that would have been better.
No. Dude.
You probably drink bad beer. And Antonio 12 says, when you jump off a building but you realize you were never bitten by a radioactive spider, and it's the picture of the guy falling, and it just says "man."
Man.
And for our listeners, this is coming from ain't no.
Ain't no underscore 12.
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't read.
It's all right.
Indiana public education system, guys.
Wayne.
This child got left behind. Okay. Internet Hall of Fame, friend of the show.
Hey.
Repost from Andy Ryan and daughter. What does gays mean? GAYS. Me. Well, you know, mom and dad love each other. Two men can love each other the same way. Her. So what's penetrating gaze? Read me the whole sentence. Her. She stared at him with a penetrating gaze. GAZE. Me. Oh.
Time to teach about them homonyms.
Tell you what.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
This is a good reason to ask clarifying questions.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. Got a couple left here, methinks. The Life Network, friend of the show, says the retirement age needs to be lowered to 30. I've had enough.
Amen.
Hey, I didn't think there'd be too many people giving me shit over this one. All right. This is an idea we could all get down on. All right, wrapping up the short round one here. We got friend of the show, Animal Memes. And it's got a picture of this little chubby, fluffy dog thing sitting in a plastic lawn chair. Might even have a Wi-Fi speaker in front of it. Just looking kind of bummed, honestly. It says, when you said you was going to be productive this weekend, but now it's Sunday and all you did was get fatter. Every fucking weekend. Every fucking weekend.
I think it's the first time I've ever identified with a Chihuahua.
Right? I'm not sure what that is. Don't get it wet and don't feed it after midnight. That's all I got for you. All right. That has been the short round one.
Well done.
Brought to you by Cannabis. Over to you, Sizemore.
I'm so glad that you reminded me that we were supposed to bring up our sponsors, who give us all the money,
Yeah.
So well funded. And thanks to all our corporate sponsors, Pink Guillotine, ExxonMobil, and our latest sponsor, of course, which is here we go. Anarchist Ties.
Yeah.
So next time you hear about somebody who's got anarchist ties, say, where'd you get those? Probably here. Anarchist Ties. Hey, Lorene, anarchistties.com. Also, I noticed this one in the news, and I love these headlines. Melting polar ice is slowing the Earth's rotation with consequences for timekeeping. And guys,
if they keep me here longer, I'm gonna fucking freak out.
Well, I would just like to admit this as evidence in the case for why Eric is not as late as you think he is. The Earth is slowing down.
My ass.
Hey, what? Oh, I'm sorry. The military response to climate change is lickety split. You guys are on time. You're early. Fuck off.
Yes, we're always early.
I'm always here a good 40 minutes before you start the show.
Yeah, but this is a climate
I
change
don't
show.
go that far.
It's a climate
Before
change
he
show.
starts the show, I like it.
I think you're mixing up Grinder with FB4tB again, but that's okay. The value of Truth Social stock dropped 26% so far yesterday, and I couldn't be laughing harder. Thank you, Skip Angus, National Strategic Stockpile of Memes and Satire. That translates into a stable genius managing to lose $1 billion of net worth in a single day, because nobody is a bigger loser. He is the bigliest.
Bigliest.
The bigliest.
Hey, quick reminder where we were at 4 years ago. You remember that when the world stood still? Remember that when everything just stopped 4 years ago? What did we do? made a podcast. Friend of the show,
That's
Craig.
Got a bread machine?
Friend of the show, Craig, passed along this one from Amy Parsnip, who's got a post from Not Matt at Panasonic DX 4500. Says Easter falling on Trans Day of Visibility could have led to a discussion of the resurrected Christ returning in a new body his closest companions were unable to recognize until their minds were open to the transformative power of love over death. But, you know, you could also be mad. Friend of the show, Jamie says, nah, let's do the other thing and be mad. And remember, the next time you get somebody that's super Christian and mad at this, you say to them, Jesus had 2 dads. He turned out okay. Moving on. Friend of the show, Corey Showtime Robinson. If you're not following Corey Showtime Robinson, you are missing out. He said a Comedy Store potluck promotion and improv open mic in an 8-day span. Everything's coming up Millhouse. And I said, dude, you're putting together a comedian's potluck? You pull that off, you should take a crack at Middle East peace.
No shit.
Hey, friend of the show, Corey, second time in the show. He has posted this delightful before and after of Ernie Hudson from Heroic Hollywood, and he is cut. He is cut in 1980 at age 35, and he is cut at age 79 in 2024. Because Ernie Hudson needs to be studied.
No shit.
Corey says it's like he's been frozen and preserved in cocoa butter or something. You know what my first thought was, Lorene? Cryococo.com. That's what I thought. I need to register that fucking name right there. Friend of the show, Jason, posted this delightful kawaii dumpster on fire, and it says, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine."
Oh, that's fantastic. I need that
know.
T-shirt.
I know, man. I would eat this as a cake. I want this as a cake. Friend of the show, Stephen Abram, making his first appearance in the show with a cartoon from Antoine in the Washington Post. The only way that a gag order will work, and we have an orange-faced, disgraced former president with an enormous cork in his mouth. Anyway, I kind of liked it. Friend of the show, David, has posted this from Patrick Strudwick at Patrick Strud. Says, it's horribly telling that so often as soon as a woman realizes you're gay, you can sense a reduction in hypervigilance. The threat level has fallen. I often find myself making my gayness very clear ASAP for this reason. I don't know if straight men realize the extent of this. My friend Robin responds, my first night in my new apartment, I had one of the neighbors show up at the door and invite me to his apartment to watch movies and sometime. I explained that I'd just gotten there, had to call my boyfriend, let him know I was safe, etc. He went, oh, yeah, and just by the way, I'm gay. Did the whole jazz hands thing. We watched Moulin Rouge that night, I think. Next up, Corey Showtime Robinson, third time in the show, random unseasoned comic. Well, my pronouns are me. Hack, loser. Enough already with this weak shit. And I said, man, comedy really does need scorecards. You know what I mean? Pronouns, minus 10 points.
Just so we're clear, the Corey Showtime Robinson is talking about the people who make fun of people's pronouns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, but the thing is, as soon as you hear it from the mic, I've only seen a couple reverses. You know what I mean? Charlie Spink here says, I have almost the same joke. I'm an amateur comic. My pronouns are hack, dumbass, and get off the stage. It's reasonable, but most people that I've seen are not doing that. So yeah. Pronouns minus 10 points until proven otherwise. Is what I'm thinking here. Got 3-4 more here. 35-year-old man in Texas has legally changed his name to literally anybody else and announced that he will attempt to run for president.
This man is a hero and a legend.
Gianmarco at Gianmarco Ceresi, comedian, says America has a chance to make the funniest thing happen. He looks so steadfast, and I like that shirt. I would wear that shirt. This next one is from the Feral Neurodivergent Raging Meme posting. And if you're not following the Feral Neurodivergent Raging Meme posting, where are you getting your Feral Neurodivergent Raging memes? Huh? Kokojin, the Blue Marvel at Kaibatsu has reposted, bet somebody blew a gasket when they saw this truck, because it is a rainbow flag with black fists saying, "These colors don't run," with a unicorn saying, "Merca."
Oh, yes.
Yeah. First
I want to
commenter is
drive
like,
that through my hometown and watch my entire hometown collapse into the earth.
I have rainbow guillotines. Do you have a truck? We can do this.
I don't have a truck anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So, all right, we'll figure something out. You know, your skateboard or something. I don't know. This is from Vicky Boudreau of Louisiana. Says, you know, it's a rough neighborhood when you see a bird with an ankle monitor carrying a knife. And
Yeah.
see some kind of a corvid here, corvid, I believe, with one of those little zip ties around it. It's been tagged, you know, around its claw, and it's got a steak knife in its mouth. What's really freaking hilarious to me is that I have a whole troop of actually people who then inform me this is Vancouver's notorious bird. He made the news for stealing that knife from a crime scene. That's a murder weapon. He stole.
My God.
I know, this is the coolest crow in the world.
I will never be as cool as that fucking bird. None of us will ever be as cool as that fucking bird.
Look, man, you still got to get a chance. You got a chance to get an ankle monitor. You're not out of this game yet, TD.
It's going off.
Here, second to last here, I'm shaking my damn head. Brandon Canning has reposted this story from Bloomberg Economics that is titled, "From Selling Your Car to Foregoing Chemotherapy for Your Dog, Hillary Ducey has tips on how to beat inflation." And Brandon Canning has captioned it, "Bread too expensive? Try killing your dog and selling your car." And Joshua Aaron Levy comments, "Wall Street bros proving that financial acumen is a genius no deeper than a puddle." And finally, Laura Marie at LM Meg Gordon says, "Find a job doing what you love, and you'll find you never love doing it again."
No shit.
From new friend of the show, Joe the Animal. And I just got to see Joe the Animal over in Mason City, and that boy is funny as fuck.
Yes, love me some Joe the Animal.
Oh my God. That routes up my round one. Now into the interludinal round, the interstitial round, round two, or as we fondly refer to it, the irreverent round.
Kicking off the irrelevant round with Dennis House at Dennis House TV. He says vandals with juvenile humor hit Hartford. This prank looks as if it took some planning. And then you see the sign right when you enter Hartford. It says, "Welcome to downtown Fartford."
Oh, it's a thing of beauty right there.
Oh yeah, bravo.
Wow.
Next up, we have Ryan Perry, who says, "My 8-year-old is battling her uncle in a prank war. Last night, she delivered this devastating blow. And around her car, around her uncle's car, she chalked it and wrote, 'Reserved for Mr. Fart.'"
That kid's all right.
Kids are the best.
I worry about the future, and I see stuff like this, like, we're okay.
Kids are the best at being mean, man. Oh, so good.
Brent at Merman5 says, "We'll miss everything about Brent except his pranks. They were the worst." And then it's in parentheses says, "Here's everyone at my funeral agree." And I shift nervously in the casket.
Oh no.
Here's a picture of Mario sitting on a toilet, like a public toilet, and he looks very despondent, and it just says, "It won't come out." I'll be honest, I didn't really get this one either, but I like it. Trash Can Paul, friend of the show, Trash Can Paul. He has a picture of Jesus hanging on the cross, and it says, "It's so over." Trash Can Paul is back, and here's Jesus resurrected at the tomb, and it says, "We're so back." John Vincent Durain. I'm going to go through all of these. John, so just go ahead and if you need to use a bathroom break or something. John Vincent Durant says, laughed so hard reading this, I had an asthma attack and was temporarily convinced I was going to die, all for the love of Sleeve McDykel. It says, this is from a 90s baseball video game where a Japanese game designer had to make up a bunch of quote-unquote American names. And I'm going to read them all.
Yes,
This is like a picture from like an 8-bit game. It says, Sleeve McDykel, Onsen Sweeney, Daryl Archideld, and Toly Smorin, Ray McScriff, Glenn Allen Mixon, Mario McGarwayne,
So close.
Raul Chamberlain, Kevin McGilvney, Tony Smearhick, Bobson Dugnut, Willie Dustis, Jeremy Gride. This one's my favorite. Scott Dork. Sean Furcott, Dean Westry, Mike Truck, Dwight Rortrugal, Tim Sandaley, Carl Dandleton, Mike Cernandez, and finally Todd Gonzalez.
So I had a friend of mine's dog who was named Todd Gonzalez.
Oh, this one for our listeners is Bunzales with a B, like Bravo. Woo! The Cultured Ruffian, friend of the show, the Cultured Ruffian says there's no such thing as a perfect name for a firefighter. And then we see this firefighter being interviewed. His name is Lieutenant Les McBurney. I got 3 more. Stepbro.steve, friend of the show, Stepbro.steve. He says 100% chance this guy shit his pants at McDonald's in 1997. And then you see the article he shared from Gizmodo says our Australian Prime Minister says he didn't shit his pants at McDonald's in 1997.
He totally did.
Yeah.
100%.
Busted.
Glow fuck yourself, friend of the show. Glow fuck yourself.
Hey.
Kind of late in the game for glow fuck yourself,
Yeah.
but you knew they'd show up.
Totally.
It's got a picture of this is the classic Leo. What's this guy's name? Leonardo DiCaprio from Django Unchained, just like laughing so smug. But now he has a nose ring. He's got a blowout with half of it's like lime green. He's holding a PBR. He's wearing a jean jacket, very much like the one I'm wearing now. He's covered in studs and patches and stuff. And he's laughing so smug. And it says, when some fucking normie tells you to turn down Complicated by Avril Lavigne. And finally, Shithead Steve, friend of the show, Shithead Steve.
Hey, Steve.
He's got a picture of a doctor who's squeezing the syringe like just before they give you a shot, which, by the way, doctors don't do that, nurses do. But he's anyway, it says, I like how when a doctor pulls some medicine into a syringe, they squirt a little out for their fallen homies.
Nice.
And that's it for round 2. Back to you, Brain Damage.
All right, before I start, Lorene, do you hear me better now? I turned my
Oh, yeah.
mic.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Here we go. I told you I got some mischief cooked up for round 2. So let's go with me signaling to the waitress that I need more onion rings. And here we have a picture of the finger with the hole, and when you put it through and you're signaling like you want to do it. Oh my goodness.
Like we all learned in 3rd grade.
Don't signal to your waitress that. Here we have Beetlejuice, and it says, someone, I love your personality. And it says me, and it says, thanks, it's a disorder. Here we have a 2 panel, and we have a guy pointing a red laser pointer and, making this cat go where the pointer is, and Batman is watching him. And then here in the 2nd panel, we see Batman pointing a laser pointer at his penis in front of Catwoman, Like they fucking jerks.
No, no, Batman, no.
Here we have what looks to be a miserable woman cashier at a bookstore, and she says to the man buying books, 2 math for dummies at $16.99 each. That'll be $50. And
Hey.
he's getting swindled. He's getting swindled. I think it's what is it, $16.02 that he's getting swindled out of for not knowing his math. I don't know. Here we got it's one of these old newspaper clipping cutouts, and it has a bunch of people walking around, and there's a glass with a mime in it, and someone's taking a picture of it, and then it says, in its more horrific method of retribution, the mob will sometimes dress victims as mimes, place them in glass boxes, and let them perish slowly in full view of the public.
That's fucking genius.
Right. And that mime does look like it is it's going through it. Here we have it's the comic verse, The Far Side, and it's a one panel, and it just shows the very tip of an airplane and 2 bamboozled pilots driving that they don't even know nothing happens. And if you focus, there are scattered presents everywhere, and Santa and his reindeers are splattered amongst the tip of this airplane here. And I know it's not Christmas time, but it's always a good time for me to say fuck Christmas. So here we have Legend 90s, The Far Side. And here we have what seems to be God. And he's cooking up life, and he's boiling up the earth in his pot. And back here, he's got some seasonings. There's insects. We've got medium skinned people, light skinned people, dark skinned people, plants, a whole bunch of stuff. And he's thinking, and just to make it interesting, and he is sprinkling in some jerks. Yeah, that does make life interesting, doesn't it? Here we have a tattoo artist, and he looks surprised, like, oh no. And the guy that he's tattooing has a giant sperm on his back. And then he says, I've always wanted a memento of my life on the ocean, so I thought a big semen would be perfect. And the tattoo artist is realizing he did not interpretate what this man meant for a tattoo. And this is a big man, and the tattoo artist is not a big man. And so he is probably about to get pummeled. Much like our next one, posted by a family friend, a brother of mine, Vernon Eakin. And shouts out to Vernon. I know some of y'all might know my brother was recently in a serious motorcycle accident, and Vernon is his good friend. He's been bringing him breakfast every morning, so appreciate that. He posted a woman sitting on a chair, spanking what looks to be a little human. And it says, when I was a smart ass kid, we didn't get a timeout. We had what was called times up, and then I would get my ass beat. And yeah.
Word.
Yeah. I agree with this. Here we have Comic Craze, and it has a detective talking to the Nutcracker over their coffee, and inside the interrogation room is a planter's peanut with his monocle, with a cigarette and his own coffee in his hat. And the detective is saying, see if you can get anything out of him. And the Nutcracker is just looking like, yeah, I'm going to get some nuts out of him. Some nuts is spoiler alert. And here to close this one off, this is actually a sequel from last week. I think it was, I can't remember if it was, I think it was Quiet Michael who brought it up and made TD read it. But we have sketchy stuff. And there is a office full of people looking out a window. And it says, help Bruce. This is the girls from the typing pool. Would it be at all possible to have Mr. King Kong scooch up a floor or two? And much like last week where you could see King Kong's dick, this is his dangling balls in front of their meeting. And they are not appreciative of that. So that's how we're going to close out round 2, starting out with a finger bang on your rank and ending with King Kong's balls. Sequel from Michael. Pass it
I
off.
don't even know what to say after all that. I like it. Congratulations, brain. You fucking broke me. All right. Time for round 2, or as I like to call it, the inebriated round, because maybe I am. Okay, let's
Totally
start this
are.
one. Hey, don't spoil the end. All right, moving on. Breaking news in response to my Easter memes from the first round. Friend of the show, you know him, you love him, Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hey, buddy. He just says, fuck Jesus. When's my holiday? Yep. He said that. Okay, moving on. Okay, friend of the show, friend of mine, my personal Lord and Savior, Stoner Jesus.
Hey, Stoner Jesus.
At Stoner Jesus. He's got a picture of the most interesting man in the world, but it's Tom Petty's head over him. And it says, I don't always get to the point, but when I do, I roll another joint. Stay petty, my friend.
That's nice.
Nice.
I thought so. Yeah. Next up. Friend of the show, Rare Insults. Haven't seen this guy in a while. Rare Insults. He's got a picture of a text screen grab or whatever I'm trying to say. Guy says, why are you liking my girlfriend's pic on Facebook? And the guy responds, sorry, mate. Finger must have accidentally slipped on the like button whilst I was having a wank. I'll let you guys Google translate that from British if you need to.
Oh my God.
Friend of the show, All You Can Eat. They post a picture of this cement object, and it says, I went to an antique store today and they were trying to pass this off as a $125 stone planter. Bitch, that's a McDonald's ashtray.
Oh God.
Sure enough, the concrete object, you can see it outside any McDonald's USA, baby. That's where you put out your Marlboros. Yeah. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn bastards. All right. Bear with me on this one, guys. Michael had his big list. I got mine, and I got to sing it. Friend of the show, King Bro, at King's the name. It's got a big pile of PlayStation 2 games, and it just says to the tune of "We Didn't Start the Fire." So forgive me, I gotta go. Futurama Max. Don't make it smaller on me. I can't read. Quick. Okay, there we go. Okay. Here we go. Futurama, Max Payne, Red, Faction, Blood, Rain, Crazy Taxi, Hurdy-Gurdy, Mr. Matseko, Tekken 5. You mess with that picture one more time. Tekken 5, Res Gun, The Simpson Hit and Run, Madagascar, Mercenaries, Zapper, Maximo.
Nice
Oh, God, don't ever make me do that again. I don't know why I did that. Okay.
Nice.
I was sober when I came up with that. Town Drunks Official, new friend of the show.
Hey.
It says, when someone tells me to pace myself when I'm trying to get belligerently drunk, and it's a picture of Adam Sandler as Bobby Boucher from The Waterboy, and he just says, Captain Insano shows no mercy. That track. I've been Captain Insano a few times.
Yep.
All right, moving on.
One man's insano is another man's therapy.
No shit. Okay. Oh boy. Michael Black Lives Matter at home _halfway. So this, I really should have put this in round 3. It says, you can lead a horse to water. You can lead a platypus to an Applebee's. You can lead a badger to a Honda dealership. You can boss animals around pretty easily.
I love this one.
Yeah. Like I said, I should have kept that one for the next round. All right, next. Friend of the show, Renee. Hi, Renee.
Renee's in the show.
Yes. She posts this picture and it just says, why are drinking fountains so short in Europe? And sure enough, it's a lady at a bidet getting a little sip.
That's just so gross.
Yeah, my wife just, I think she just
even if it's staged, it's gross.
Oh yeah, staged is satire. I don't care. It's still gross.
It's so nasty.
Yeah. Okay. That's enough of that one. It says new sin just dropped, and it's got a list of some of the usual suspects. Greed, lust, envy, sloth, shrimp.
Shrimp. Yeah.
And Georgie at Beefy Gorilla says, "Forgive me, Lord, for I have shrimped." Like, I want to go to a confession booth just to say that now.
Isn't there something in the Bible about we have all shrimped and fallen short of the glory of the buffet?
Yeah, if not, there should be. Moving on. Friend of the show, I like food at Messed Up Foods. Says it's a text conversation. Says send nudes, and the person sends a picture of garlic bread, and the person says, "Oh, whoops, that's garlic bread," and the original person's like, "Even better." I don't need nudes. Send me pictures of like carbs.
You know, it's interesting. My mouth watered so fast.
That's what I do. I make you hungry.
You are tuned into my nervous system.
That's what I do, man. All right. A few more left here in the inebriated round. In fact, this is the last one for the inebriated round. Friend of the show, friend of the universe, friend of you and me, Jason Jester.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, buddy. It's a picture of a t-shirt hanging on a hanger, and it says add to cart, and the t-shirt says, your shirt says cocaine and caviar, but your face says fish sticks and fentanyl.
Damn.
Jason is from Pekin. That's all I need to say.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Okay. Whew. And that's all I got for the inebriated round, because guess what? Totally was. Over to you, Sizemore, sir.
Dude, I think you blew a 6 on that round.
I'll take it.
All right.
I think Pekin is kind of a perverted name for a town.
Sure. Yeah.
Come on, it's like right outside Peoria. What do you expect?
Yeah, think about that. Think about if you had to reference your home to Peoria. Oh my. Okay. All right. All right. Round 2, the irreverent round, brought to you by Peacock Pink Guillotine. Pink Guillotine Peacock. Gobble, nice. Gobble. Dude, my kid made this.
Your kid is an artistic genius.
Send me all your money. This next one is an unclaimed picture of Satan with red eyes and pointy ears and horns, and he's holding a sign that says Bibles for $60. Got a nice red tie that looks very familiar. Here, friend of the show, Marcellus, has a picture of Jesus Christ coming back, and the Ghostbusters are there.
Yeah,
hitting him with
I'd watch that. I'd watch that movie.
Hitting him with the proton packs, man. Here in LA Think Tank, we have a picture of Pontius Pilate. It says everybody's got the day off, but nobody has bothered to thank me.
Wow.
Friend of the show, Caitlin Scheiss says some questions about the Bible and politics are really complicated and difficult. Whether or not you should publish a Bible with a copy of the Constitution, Pledge of Allegiance, and Declaration of Independence in it is not one of them.
Not even close.
Nope. Friend of the show, Mike Hudson says, to be fair, a Bible signed by the Antichrist is a real collector's item.
That is one way to look at it, yes.
That's exactly how I'm looking at it, man. Going back to Satan. Tatty Mason at _goblin says, I love how the Bible is abundantly clear that rich people will go to hell, and everyone just kind of ignores that part. Friend of the show, Jesus says, Jesus' miracle of the loaves and fishes was a slap in the face to all the people who brought their own lunch. Think a lot about white American Republican Jesus all the time. Here's one. It says, Jesus, get up, bro. There's a war in Ukraine. COVID-19 is still here and inflation is pushing people into poverty. And Jesus kind of looks like he wants to hit the snooze and just says, tell them I'm working in mysterious ways, yo.
That's great.
Here we have a picture of Buddy Jesus with the thumbs up, and he says, YOLO! Hashtag YOLO! And then he's coming out of the tomb. Hashtag just kidding. Marcus Clegg, friend of the show, says, I love Easter. Jesus rises from his tomb to hide colored eggs, and if he sees his shadow, we get 6 more weeks of winter. By the way, Jesus is leaning in, says, I saw that.
This is on my computer.
That does not surprise
I mean, like
me.
a sticker on the other
Literally.
side of the other side of the
That
laptop.
does not
Yeah.
surprise me one bit, and I love you for that.
Very good sticker. Here's Buddy Jesus once again, and it says, I'll just take a water, thanks. Wink. Winking, Buddy Jesus. Republican Jesus is fascinating to me. So here's a picture of Jesus sitting with a Winchester repeater rifle, I believe. Anyway, says, if they are hungry, cut benefits to programs that feed them. If they are sick, deny them health care. If they are strangers, deport them. Republicanians 13:2-4. I just think it's hilarious. Here's the same picture of Jesus, but he's got an AR-15 or an M16. I don't know. Do you know what that is?
AR.
It's an AR.
No, that's no, man. That's
That's an M4.
that's an
It's an
M4.
M4.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
collapsible
my bad.
buttstock.
I fucking knew it. That's like your guys' LGBTQ, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Fucking had to carry one all over the place for every single
Everybody
goddamn day
say-
for 15 months.
Everybody say, I had to poop with that thing.
Mine was a 203, so it was heavier.
How about this one?
Yeah, you had
Jesus,
the launcher. Yes.
we got another one with Jesus cuddling this one with a scope and a transparent clip, so you can see how many rounds you have. And he really likes. It looks like he really appreciates that gun. This is more of a Latino design. He's got the shotgun shells, the Mexican bandolero action going, and a cigarillo.
This Jesus does
what?
look cool.
This Jesus
But why
looks
does
pretty
this
cool.
Jesus also look like Snoop?
I don't know.
Is
But
it just me? Is it just me?
Cool.
Mexican Snoop, pretty good. Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Also, again, is that I'm going to say M4 maybe again? Oh, look at that crazy clip. That's some kind of crazy clip. I don't know what's going on with that. But
This was drawn by a person who doesn't understand how clips work.
dude, I was just absolutely stunned at the amount of artwork out there. This I think is my favorite, which is Jesus coming back with an M16 and an American flag and a red cape. And he's on a white horse, and I'm like, why not make it a unicorn? Why not make it a Pegasus unicorn? What, like, like, can you work some pterodactyls into this? I don't know. It's just, woo! There's a lot of it. Here we have another white American cisgender Republican Jesus says, I know he raped you, Sally, but what's really important here is the Senate seat.
Whoa.
That one.
Up next, Buddy Jesus with two guns, I'm going to say Glocks maybe. And it says, these guys think I made the world flat in 2018. Guess I still have some work to do. I don't know what this means, but I love it. Again, Republican Jesus with the, we're going to say M4. And it says, Republicans have made a god out of guns and sacrificed children to their altar. I thought it was pretty good. Lana at Lana_Dragonfly says, Jesus, feed the hungry and clothe the homeless. Care for those that are less fortunate than you. Welcome foreigners. Love your neighbor the same way you love yourself. Christians, yes, good. Me, what he said. Let's do that. Christians, go fuck yourself, you dirty commie libtard.
Yeah.
Oh my. Witty idiot at Stephen Z says Jesus Christ was the original millennial, still lived at home with his mom and stepdad in his 30s, fermented his own alcohol, thought he was God's gift to the world, and tried to start a career as an influencer because he had 13 followers.
Fuck yeah.
In 40 years, this is what grandmothers will be crocheting on shit. We see a crochet that says, my drug of choice is the love I get from Jesus. Just kidding, it's weed.
Dude, I need that hanging in my house.
Just put it up, three left. This is Jesus knocking on the door, but he's using his Glock, and it says, I need to talk about your porn habits. Two more left. Janice L. Kirsch has posted this one, which is a picture of Jesus with his hands out, and he's saying, "You know, I'm woke, right? Like I'm like the wokest."
Yeah. Seriously.
And finally, Senator Megan Hunt at Nebraska Megan says, owning a gun isn't a God-given right. It's a slave-owning, misogynistic, founding father-given right. And a reply is, oh yeah? Then explain this.
Oh God.
Jesus with the M4 again.
You're probably at some kind of watch list for Googling all those pictures.
Didn't have to Google them. Already had them all on my hard drive. And that wraps up my irreverent round 2. Handing it back to you, Michael. Happy Easter, by the way.
Thank you, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. Getting into round 3, the penultimate round, which we don't really know what that means. Kicking it off with Trash Can Paul. This is a picture. Oh, actually, TD's here. TD, do you know this actor's name?
No, because I can't see it.
Oh,
Yeah,
did I
not
not
sure.
share?
Yeah, stop share and try to share again.
Comrade, learn to share.
Snare.
I do it the same way every time.
Yeah, like we do it down in St. Petersburg, and I ain't talking Florida.
Can you see it now?
No.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hold on, let me try a different way.
The magic of podcasting, people.
Here we go. How about
And
now?
I still. Oh, there it is. No, wait. Yep. Okay. That is Mads Mikkelsen.
Wow, you're really good at that. It says Trash Can has this picture of Madge Mickelson smoking a cigarette. And it says, I hope I'm not just a meme page to you guys, but also a friend whom you can share your credit card details with.
Yeah.
This is a picture of a t-shirt, and it's written in like the font that Quentin Tarantino always uses. And it says, Quentin and Tarantine by written Directino.
Oh, that is so stupid. I want one.
Moist Buddha's back. Having a big night, really. Keeping it Buddha, keeping it moist. We have a tweet by BP, the actual BP, who says, the first step to reducing your emissions is to know where you stand. Find out your hashtag carbon footprint with our new calculator and share your pledge today. Friend of the show, Andrew Henderson says, I pledge not to spill 4.9 million barrels of oil into the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Bill Murray, the Bill Murray at Bill Murray
Wow.
says,
Hey.
also friend of the show, I should mention,
Yes, absolutely.
says every Olympic event should include one average person competing for reference.
Where do I sign? Where do I sign?
The last commenter says, and here's our average Joe who was just explained to 5 minutes ago how curling works. And here's Stacy. She's ice skated twice in her whole life. And today she competes beside the best in the world. And oh, she fell again. What a good sport. Look at her getting up using the wall.
Dude, I would totally do this.
Meme.ig has a picture of a pit bull who's got his eyes slanted and his head slightly cocked. And it's 2-panel. It says, the look on his face is really selling it. Did you see the close-up is the dog's tag on its leash, and it says, I got lost prowling for bitches. Have your people call my people.
I think my puppy needs that one.
Extra Fabulous Comics, friend of the show, Extra Fabulous Comics has a 3-panel comic here, and it's a park ranger who sees Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and he says, "Oh my God, it's Bigfoot." The Bigfoot turns around angrily and says, "Oh my God, it's Tiny Wiener." And later on, the ranger's in his office, and his colleague walks in and says, "Seen anything cool lately?" And the ranger says, "No, shut up." Go Fuck Yourself is back, and this time they have a picture of the bridge in Baltimore that was collapsed. We haven't really talked about it tonight. Just absolutely incredible tragedy. It says, Dear Ashley says, people with no formal education are arguing with engineers about a bridge collapsing. And Troy Neelis Hughes says, what makes this even funnier and sadder is the engineers are saying, y'all don't even really need us for this one. Something really big hit something else. And the idiots are like, nah, it can't just be that. We are cooked.
Right.
Jonathan DeSantos retweets Kabul Astagan, who says, guess my destination. And there's a picture
Whoa.
of a plane, and it's just covered in duct tape. The wing of the plane is covered in duct tape. And yeah, Jonathan DeSantos guesses the destination as final.
No shit. Like I'm no engineer, but you shouldn't have that much duct tape on it.
Friend of the show, Shithead Steve. He's got a picture of the Predator here, and it says, what the Predator sees after chasing me for 10 seconds. And then this is all the pictures of the joints, like lit up. And ultravision or whatever you call that.
Lit up and inflamed.
Yeah, inflamed. Holding his elbow and his shoulder and his ankle and his knee. Shithead's back. I only have 2 more memes for this round. Shithead's back. And it's a picture of a South Park looking kind of biker. And it says, it's biker season. Get ready for vroom vroom. Look at me. You're responsible for my safety. And my final meme for the 3rd round, the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most, comes from your friend of mine, Glow Fuck Yourself. And it just says Hank Hill euthanizing Garfield. And then there's a picture of Hank Hill with surgical gloves on, euthanizing Garfield.
Oh my.
That's it for round 3. Back to you, Brain Damage.
All right, let's do it. Pen, Ulta, whatever the hell. Let's try it. Let's try it. All right, here we have a one panel, and it looks like it's tundracomics.com. And oh my god, here we go. I knew I was gonna get through a whole show without doing that, and no, I wasn't. And we have a moose with 2 grown men holding shotguns at it, and the moose is holding a case or a cooler with some beer in it, and the moose is saying, "Drop the gun or the beer gets it." Oh, he's holding it over a cliff like he's gonna drop it off the cliff. And one of the guys says, "Good heavens, what are we gonna do?" And the other says, calm down, just let me think." And he now wants the moose to drop their beer off the cliff. All right, moving along. Here we have some, I can't even read it, so small. It says speedbump.com. And here we have 2 people meeting at a dog park with their 2 dogs. And he says, she's a mix between a bulldog and a shih tzu, so the breeders calls her. And she says, don't say it. Spoiler alert, it would be bullshit. And yeah, I got my little Easter theme in too. We got it says Rut the cartoons, maybe Ruthie cartoons, I'm not sure. We have a chicken coop with 2 chickens looking surprised, and the Easter bunny with his basket. And here we have a pimp rooster saying, "The girls are tired of working for nothing, man." Here we have, let's see, let's see, we got graffiti on the side. Strange Stones, I can't even see. Stony drew us a bunch of chickens that are mad as hell. They got some hammers, some bats, and they are surrounded the Easter bunny up against the wall, and there are Easter eggs everywhere with a spilt basket. And they are saying, "Hey, pal, you want to tell us where you're getting these eggs?" They are about to whip him. Here, you know what? We're just gonna say it's Satan. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
What up?
We have a picture of what looks to be hell with Satan standing there with his pitchfork, and there are dogs everywhere that are either holding a bag that is U.S. mail, or they have a dustpan where they are cleaning up dog poop, and it just says dog hell. Here we have a one panel, and It's speedbump.com again. And it is little Bo Peep sitting next to his sheep, and the sheep is on the phone. And he says, "Not much, just chilling with my peeps." And then we have Joe Lennon. And here we have a box of Peeps, the candies that nobody likes that comes around Easter time.
Yep.
And they are peeping Tommy into a window next to a garbage can, and you can see what looks to be a woman in a bikini thong. And yeah. So I wanted to do peeps on peeps on peeps.
Nice.
Here we have a one panel that says definitive proof of global warming. And we have laundry hanging on an old school laundry hanging. And it says 1890, and it has a full, like, I wish you were here to tell me what this is, with corset, I guess. I don't know, pajamas thing. And it says
Corset and bloomers.
19. What's the next
well
one
done.
called? This one's like looks like the
This would be
era.
some kind
Girdle.
of brassiere and
That's a
tight
girdle.
things, girdle
have-
thing.
1960 with the granny panties and bra. The 1980s where we're getting a little sexy, and then it's 2010. It is just only the way I can describe this is a slingshot. Is that a
That's
slingshot?
I believe Cisco
Oh,
called that
man.
a thong to thong thong thong.
Yeah, that's a slingshot. That is, but Cisco would know. Yeah, that's the dog. So that is the definitive proof of global warming that women's underwear from the 1890 to 2010 has gotten smaller and smaller.
I'm glad somebody's keeping an eye on that.
Yeah, here
Yeah.
we have some Valentine's candies that are portrayed on a rock. Bunch of them in the crowd, and the Valentine's candy on the rock has a robe and a red shawl on, supposed to be looking like Moses, and it says, "Love thy neighbor as you love thyself." And in the crowd we have, "But thy neighbor sucks. Do the wine trick again." We have not nice. My neighbor is so hot. We got boring. Got anything else, lib? But I hate myself. Yeah, I wish I would have found this meme around Valentine's time, but here we are. And here we have Noah on the ark, and he's looking at I guess Moses, and Moses has a twin set of blonde and a twin set of redheads, and it says, "Come on, honey, you heard the man. We need 2 of each kind." And Noah looks pretty pissed. Oh, so my blind ass thought Noah was the pissed one, but apparently Diane has informed me that, correction, Noah is the one with the girls, and that is his wife looking at him very mad.
Yeah, that's
So-
Mrs. Noah.
So Mrs. Noah and Mrs. Damage are both gonna go upside their husbands' heads later tonight.
They probably.
And speaking of my lovely wife, Diane Lopez,
Hey.
tagged me, brain LOL, posting Happy Cat Habitat, Scott Messer Comics.
Hey,
And,
Diane, by the way. Hey, Diane.
and we have a comic sitting on his human at what is this, 4:14 at the morning, and he is with his guitar. I'm gonna call it a ukulele, fuck it. And he's singing, "Sitting on my human named Ed, the clock till I get fed. Sitting on my human named Ed, wasting time."
God damn, dude.
Dude, that's beautiful.
That's beautiful. This show's got everything.
That's Joe again. Diane Lopez tagging Brain and smacking her face and laughing. Reposting of why we are not skinny. And it says Saturday morning earworm for you. And that doesn't feel funny when I read that, because now my ear's itching. This is some bullshit. It has Kermit the Frog standing next to the rainy window looking, when he's looking out the window, depressed, and it says, "Ate my last piece of cheese yesterday. Today is raining. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. For some reason, I like singing tonight. I don't know how this happened, but fuck it, let's go with it. We got Rubes by Lay Rubin, and here we have a one panel with two dogs looking all full with some bones on the floor, and one of them still eating a leg, and the other one's and what it really comes down to is a question of values. Is a delicious suckling turkey baked to perfection worth a few whacks on the nose with a newspaper? Yes, it is. It's worth a few whacks on the nose. And here we have the meme war veteran. The two panelists says, intercepted from the right and converted to the left. And it shows, in the first panel, it shows a shadow of a lion and Donald Trump walking. It says, what the Kool-Aid drinkers see. And in the second panel, it says, it has what the rest of the world see. It says, has Donald Trump walking. And the shadow is, what is it, little old man from Family Guy?
Oh, yeah.
Herbert the pervert.
Oh, he's trying to flirt with Chris. Oh,
Yes,
my
Herbert the
goodness.
pervert.
Yep.
Does he also go giggity, giggity, giggity?
No, that's
No.
Quagmire. But they're both perverts. But that one's a pervert towards kids. So
Oh,
fuck it.
oh, you.
I didn't know Trump was a pedophile, but that shit was funny to me.
That's hilarious.
You didn't know?
Well, I knew only towards his daughter, right? I didn't. I mean,
Oh, stop. Next, moving on. All right, T.
I guess I did know, TD. You are right. Thank you for bringing that back for me.
Hey, no problem. Holy son of a bitch. All right. It is time for round 3, or as I like to affectionately call it, let's bring this turkey in.
Yo.
Let's call the cows back to the garage.
Let's get the goats to the gynecologist. I don't even know what that means. All right.
Let's
Friend of
peel
the
those
show.
coconuts and get her done.
I'm driving my friends to the monster truck rally.
Well, that's just Saturday, bro. All right. Sunday. All right. Friend of the show, founding father and a total mensch, George H. Crookshank.
Founding Zaddy.
Shut up.
Don't-
He's got
we
this
don't do that.
he's got this 6 panel from Seinfeld, and it's George and Jerry sitting there, and George is like, I'm sorry, Jerry. I think I just disassociated through this entire conversation. And Jerry's like, so you mean to tell me that despite making eye contact and also nodding in agreement to several things mentioned, you retained absolutely nothing during this conversation? And George was like, absolutely nothing. Once again, I'm sorry, but could you please tell me everything again? And Jerry kind of shrugging, going, well, now I can't remember anything I just said. If I had a fucking dollar for every time I was either one of the guys in this conversation, I would have retired out of middle school.
This is a remarkably familiar conversation.
Yes. All right, moving on. Friend of the show, definitely friend of mine, Food Network. I watch them all the time. And it's I actually grabbed this from a GIF. It's Mark Murphy, famous chef guy. And it says, when you mix all your different friend groups together, and it's Mark Murphy looking like a middle-aged boomer cook guy. And it says, I hope this works out for me. Okay, I must have been stoned. I thought that was funny. Moving on.
I mix them together. It's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Bambi GV, I don't really know you that well. She reposts from this dude named Podrick. And it's a picture of jeans, and they got basically a plastic, 2 plastic bubbles in the cheeks. So people can see your butt cheeks, and it says "so fine" embroidered on it. And Podrick says, imagine farting in these and they fog up.
Dude, if you wore black undies with this, that would look like an alien eyes looking at you.
Oh, bro, why did you put that in my head? You're absolutely right. Moving on. Goddamn, get that out of my... I don't need to be thinking of that shit. I'm too inebriated for this. Moving on.
I still got it. I can trigger TD.
Fuck you. Friend of the show once again. Friend of the show, Jason Jester. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Jason.
Says, It's got a picture here, and it says the two dudes try to sell you used power tools at Sitco at 2 a.m. It's a picture of Post Malone and Jelly Roll.
Wow.
And I wish I had something to say about this picture not being accurate, but goddamn, that's fucking accurate. Because the people that used to steal power tools from where I worked looked a lot like these two. All right, moving on. Hey, LeBune, I haven't had you read a meme for me in a while. I would really like you to read me this one.
Happily. Here comes ultimate dad jokes and so much pun at Mediocre Joker 85, who says, bought a new muzzle for my pet duck the other day. Nothing fancy, but it fits the bill.
Womp,
Hey.
womp.
Yes, I needed that. I needed that. That warmed the cockles. Oh yeah, the cockles of my shriveled up soul. All right, moving on, baby.
You said cockles.
I
And
totally said
shriveled.
cockles.
Lens and goggles.
Friend of the show, good friend of mine, Baking While Baked. That's Baking While Baked at Couchman Bakes. Baking While Baked, the show where I make delectable goods full of sugar and spice while I'm full of herb and feeling nice. Please follow me. It's the picture of Al Bundy in his high school football uniform with four very voluptuous young ladies with big 80s hair fawning all over him. And it says, when you're the only dude who brought weed to the party. And honestly, this has always been my experience. Haha.
Good times.
Good times. All right, moving on.
Oh my God.
You guys never bring weed to the party. Rare Insults, once again, making their second appearance tonight. Friend of the show, Rare Insults. Repost from Trey James, and it says the desk in detention class. And it's a picture of Pete Davidson with his shirt off. And he does look like a doodled desk or notebook cover circa 94.
I'm going to say not enough penises.
I mean, we do have the let's see, we got
Got an alien.
Martian from Mars Attacks. We got
The
a
Martian's
giant
good.
keyhole.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I've seen better work at a truck stop bathroom, but I mean, it's not bad.
Just out of curiosity, while we're all thinking about this, in your detention class desk, I saw a lot of daggers.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's a very easy one to draw.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Or
So-
also a very easy one to carve into the desk with a knife. I came from Indiana. Don't judge me. Moving on.
Teenage boys and stabby things. Cool. Got it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we get them when we're 6. Culkamania, for those of you that don't know, that is actually the Instagram handle of Macaulay Culkin, friend of the show.
Hey, Macaulay.
It's a picture of a Scottish Highland cow, and for those of you not obsessed with these, like my wife, let me describe what they look like. They are only about 3 feet tall, very shaggy, very fluffy, big old horns, and you can never see their eyeballs.
Aw.
And it says Emu AF.
That's just silly.
That's just this show. Okay. Or say you created this monster. I'm just feeding it. All right. You're Dr. Frankenstein here, baby. I'm a villager trying to appease the monster. Moving on.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, some dumbass named Andrew Teedy. I know him. Posted this a couple years ago. It says them. Why you going to the fair if you not riding the rides? Me. And it's a picture of a person like shoving a whole thing of curly fries in their face. They're holding the stuffed animal. They got like an elephant ear and some nachos and some other shit. And they're standing in front of the sausage and pizza stand there. I feel this because I don't fit on them rides anyway. And this is why. I know. I can make one of those pretty easy. They're not that hard.
Sweet.
Okay, moving on. Daniel Weisberg. I have posted this meme before, and I will never not post this at least a couple times a year whenever I see it because it's just the truth. Carb tomato cheese is the best thing our species has ever done. Pizza, perfect. Quesadilla with salsa, genius. Grilled cheese with ketchup or tomato soup, joyful. Pasta with marinara and parm, beautiful. Carb tomato cheese, all caps. Carb tomato cheese. I approve this message.
Where do I sign?
Right? Moving on. Tamara at Tamara Photo 3. It's got a picture of this like milkmaid looking girl, turn of the century-ish. Says, starting to think that the secret to happiness is being too dumb to realize how terrible everything is. Fucking men.
Yep.
Ignorance is bliss. You ever heard that one? Ta-da.
Yep. My next life, I'm coming back as a dog.
Oh, dude, I want to be an old lady purse dog. I don't give a shit. Friend of the show, Trash Can Paul, and Do You Even Lift tag team effort here from Trash Can. Do You Even Lift? It says me posing with the single mother and her son before I evict them, and it is a picture of a woman and a child, circa 89, 90, somewhere in there, and a dude with a mustache and banana hammock and tanned up and flexing all of his shit. I think he's got like an 8-pack, the bastard. Yeah, me posing with a single mother and her son before I evict them. The landlord joke. Fuck you. Okay, moving on.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. Okay, this is the last one I got for round 3 here. Friend of the show, Out of Context Human Race. It's got a picture here, and they're at a park, and the picture says, if your dog poops, please pick it up. And it's a picture of a man. Big shocker, he's a veteran. You can tell by the hat he's wearing. Sunglasses, picking up his German Shepherd dog and holding it. Because if your dog poops, please pick it up.
Right.
Nice.
Go figure, a veteran would do this. Fucking morons. All right. And that's all I got for round 3. We brought the turkey in. Sizemore.
That was serious turkey bringings ins, I have to say. I mean, I think.
Can you close that up? It looked like the dog may have been pooping in the air.
No.
Are you serious? Did I miss that?
Oh.
Brandon, if you caught this.
God damn it.
If it is, it would be Dan, but
it's his watch. It
Oh,
does.
that is his watch. Okay. I totally see how you thought
right,
that
it was definitely me then. My blind ass.
Okay. Okay.
I just wanted to look at the dog again.
All right, time.
Dude, that was worth bringing it back. That was worth the callback. That was worth the instant replay.
My God, so many poop jokes in this show. I guess it is an essential part.
Heck yeah, like the depressing news.
Friend of the show, Pink Guillotine, who is the corporate owner of Facebook for the Blind, actually. Pink Guillotine posted from I acknowledge psychedelic class warfare exists. And this is Cisco's son on Deep Space Nine. And he's talking to a Ferengi from the over-the-shoulder earshot here. And it says, I'm a human. I don't have any money. This caption, Star Trek really did predict the future really well.
Oh, shit.
Here we see a couple of folks that are dressed head to toe in complete violations of the flag code. There are stars and stripes all over the place and some pasty white thighs and socks to go with them. Plus some stars and stripes, well, some stars. I mean, there's a flag hats, flag shirts, flag shorts, a lot of flag. And it's captioned, I pledge allegiance to your clothes. Man standing behind them with his hand over his heart and some shades. Friend of the show, John Hagenbrenner, who's actually a retired Disney Imagineer, says, today we saw a guy dressed like this standing on the corner of Sherman Way and Topanga Canyon Boulevard. I saluted him. Then like a true artist, he went home and memed it, because that's the kind of cool guy he is, man. Friend of the show, Marcellus Fauci, no relation, has posted this 2-panel here where we see a guy in a t-shirt, hipster, and he's with some other guy who's shopping for some kind of like, I don't know, action figures or something. And the shorter guy is saying, you couldn't make Blazing Saddles today. You get canceled. In an alternative universe in the second panel where they made Blazing Saddles today. Blazing Saddles is woke garbage. Mel Brooks Schwartz posting brought us that with, okay, guys, let's actually be real. Does seem like Everything's woke. It's freaking crazy. Friend of the show, Christian Yanakis, gives us this delightful accident in cake decorating. It says beloved and allegedly aunt.
Oops. Font choice is important, people. Always double check your fonts.
You know? Sometimes, though, I don't know. I feel like cursive is a secret code. Maybe she's a spy.
There she goes again.
Love you, Lorraine. Dystopian events repackaged as feel-good stories are really getting old. If you're not following dystopian events repackaged as feel-good stories are really getting old, you are missing out. Friend of the show, Riley Moonfield, posts this conversation between Wendy Puerto Artist at Wendy Puerto, who says, does anybody have a list of all the big corporations with Marxist views? I want to make sure I avoid them. Trevor Drinkwater says, they all do, sadly. It seems we have no choice left but to abolish private corporations. It's the only way to defeat Marxism. Wendy Puerto Artist says, I think you're right.
This might work.
Max says, hey, man, whatever works. So there you go. 4-panel here. We've got the sort of, the roughly drawn smiley guy looking down at the ground, and he says, hey, UK, how's it going? We see the British, Union Jack flag down there. Hey, UK, how's it going? The Guardian, Britons need to be less squeamish about drinking water from sewage, says agency head.
Oh, my God.
Remember that sewage spill in the little village where they shoot the Great British Bake Off? Yeah.
I love that show, man. Don't ruin that show for me, dude.
And the dude's looking down in the other 4 panels. And he said, Jesus Christ. Friend of the show, Nathan W. Pyle, who's got a new show with those little aliens, the little blue aliens on the pink background. I watched an episode of it with the kid. It was okay. Nathan W. Pyle says, if you ever find one of these light switches in your home and it doesn't control a light or an outlet, it most likely switches you between 2 nearly identical parallel worlds. FYI. No lies detected. Next up, Steve Critchell, new acquaintance of the show, says, my wife is using the word mansplaining incorrectly, and I don't know what to do about it.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah, I hear Admiral Akbar. It's the trap.
Dude, my actually crowd was on it. And comedian Jesse Wayburn said, squirm, bitch.
That's really about that's about all you can do.
Oh, fucking great. This one got blanked out, so I'm going to show it to you. Man's name's been blanked out. It says, my uncle said he wouldn't discuss Trump with me unless I said one good thing he's done. So I said he's normalizing makeup for men, and it didn't go as I planned. Now, in the original post of this, which got blanked out by my scrambler that puts in kittens over anything it thinks might be a picture of a former disgraced president, I had to post the same thing, about the makeup, and I said, look, I stocked up on eyeliner in the 80s, and I really need this to come back, okay? O'Brien Sam, friend of the show, O'Brien Sam, starring in the first one here, says, quote, I heard that if you come on a Confederate flag and bury it, a cracker barrel will grow. Is that true?
I mean, it makes sense.
From David Tell, and Ray Mullen says, yes. Period.
What I heard.
Yeah,
What I heard.
Ray's a teacher, so sounds legit.
Science teacher at that.
Fuck yeah, science. Friend of the show and founding Zaddy, George H. Crutch.
No, stop doing that. Jesus.
Just, for the love of God, dude, just no. No, Sizemore.
When your dog
Drink a bottle of water. No fat, Sizemore.
When your dog rolls in something stinky and comes up on you, and all the other dogs are like, what's going on? Zaddy. George posted this one, Andrew Nadeau at the Andrew Nadeau, and it says, me, I like using straws, but I also want to help the environment. Inventor of the paper straw. What if I told you you could do neither?
No shit.
The strategic stockpile of memes, and if you're not following the National Strategic Stockpile of Memes, you're missing out. Has a post from Kristen Mary Gazelle, and it is a reprint from Lauren Bobert, who says, Easter is my favorite. This is the time when we celebrate ultimate true freedom, all caps. It is for freedom that we have been set free. The message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved is the power of God. Jesus has conquered death, hell, ... And Sunday Divine has replied, God ruined a perfectly good asshole when he put teeth in your mouth.
God, that's fun. I love that insult.
That
I've
is a
always loved that
sick
insult.
fucking bird. Yeah.
That is always so good.
This one is from new acquaintance of the show, Rob Blaker, I'll say. It's a 4-panel with a couple little stick figures here. They remind me of those little
This is Cyanide and Happiness. This
Happiness.
is they've been around for like 20 years.
Okay, fantastic. So we have guy in green and guy in blue, and green says, fuck around and find out. And blue takes off and says, okay. Next 2 panels. 1 month later. Well, what did you find out? Fucking around is wonderful. Just an all-around great activity.
I love those guys.
So this, I gotta say, the holiday reminded me of a time from Paxton. And Michael, I want to know if you remember. I stopped by to see you. We'd both taken our medicine and decided to get caffeinated at way too late at night.
Yeah.
And I said to you, oh, hey man, did I tell you? I got a joke. Do you know what Jesus's favorite type of gun is? And
I do remember this.
Michael said, on Easter, Eric?
On Easter?
You know what? I forgot about that. But as soon as you said it, I was right back there. On Easter, Eric.
Oh, that's great.
Because his favorite type of gun, nail gun.
Terrible.
Hey.
So we'll be doing this show live from hell next week.
Picture of Jesus with his disciples saying, because I'm a carpenter.
Oh, God.
Hey.
Like Chris and Snoop.
Really resurrected that meme.
Yeah, I resurrected that dead meme. Yeah, for my sick memes. And finally, for this round, I looked up the original one, and it comes all the way from back in August 8th, 2015. GOP Teens on Twitter posted, #teens. What do you think Jesus's favorite gun would be?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And Alex Nazaruk at literally Edgelord posts nail gun, to which they reply, not funny. Consider yourself blocked.
All right.
Edgelord Easter. That's the title of this show.
All right, here we go. This is the final round, the post with the most. My post with the most this week comes from thehardtimes.net. Friend of the show, thehardtimes.net. Listen, if you're not following thehardtimes.net,
Right.
where the fuck are you getting your hardtimes.net? You know?
Yep.
It says it's a picture of Trump holding the Bible between 2 American flags. Just an absolute fucking already it's heresy. And across the top, Hard Times reports Trump Bible includes Pledge of Allegiance, God Bless the USA, and The Apprentice seasons 1 through 6 on Blu-ray.
Oh my God.
And that was my post with the most because my followers are cool. Let's see what you got,
Holy
Brain Damage.
cow.
All right, here we have Comic Craze. It says, credit, my gums are bleeding. Here we have a 4-panel. First panel, we have a man in a red shirt and a little baby with pink, and it says, congratulations, it's a boy. And second panel has the doctor. It says, unfortunately, your wife didn't make it. And we go down to the third panel. The man says, what? He's holding a baby. And in the fourth panel, he tosses the baby behind him and says, well, then bring me the one my wife made.
Jesus.
Oh.
Unfortunately, you weren't gonna make me.
Jesus
Oh,
Fucking what my
Christ.
wife made, bro. Fuck you handing me this shit for?
Oh my
And it's pink
God.
and it has a boy. Why are you telling me it's a boy? Anyways,
Dude.
wow.
now I'm gender rolling. Cancel me.
Ah, that's punny. That was really
I
punny.
swear, you guys try to hurt me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's working. Oh,
Dude.
is it working?
It's a
Make
tough
him-
love, Petey.
Make unto the show a joyful noise. That's what I'm trying to make you do.
Trying to make my therapist like question his choice of careers. All right, moving on.
Ready?
Yeah, post the most time, baby. Life in the Midwest, friend of the show.
Hey,
Repost from Wannabe Food. Got a picture of a couple Tupperware containers stacked on each other with food in it. Says, we do not throw away perfectly good food away in this house. We put the leftovers in Tupperware and let it go bad, then throw it out.
This
Yep.
is the way.
this
This
is the
is
way.
oh yeah. If
So
you
say we
don't
all.
do this, you're
So
lying.
there we go.
So say we all.
Yes. And that's my
Nice.
post the most.
Well done. Well done. Which reminds me, I got to throw some Tupperware out. And my post with the most from friend of the show, comedian Johnny Cardinal. We have here a bunch of 1957 cars with, they got the wing tips on the back, the tail fins, and there's groceries and people dressed in 1950s colors and stuff in front of a big strip mall. And it says, a family loading groceries worth of $20 in a $5,000 car before going to their $15,000 house in 1980.
Yeah.
Dude, my actually crowd lost their minds. And that was my post closed because I'm evil. And that wraps up episode 152. We love you so much. Mwah.
Love you, George.
Yeah.
Recording stop.
Good
When
show.
does George listen?
No, he doesn't.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.